This video, we're going to talk about backgrounds on your tanks, not painting them. So if you guys saw my last videos, you guys know I'm a big fan of vinyl, using the cheap, sticky vinyl for the backs of the tanks. Completely reversible, no mess. You don't have to worry about any spills, fumes, or, you know, anything else that can come with painting. So I wanted to try something a little bit different for my rimless tank. You know, the 10-gallon, I used the vinyl. You guys know in the other tanks, I've used vinyl. But another method that's pretty similar to vinyl that a lot of people have done is window film. So I really like how the white looks. If you guys remember from my 10-gallon tank, I did the white vinyl, but there's like these little tiny, they're not really micro bubbles, but just like gaps. I don't know if it was like, dust, or I don't know what it was, but you can see like little spots in through the glass in the vinyl. So we're gonna try using the window film. So specifically, I got this one off Amazon. I forgot the measurements, the dimensions. Of course, it doesn't say, but it was definitely enough to do this whole tank and then some. So it's like the frosted glass. They call it privacy glass, but it comes in a roll like this. So if I measured it out, it's definitely long enough. I wanted to do the whole perimeter minus the front glass, just because I think it's going to give you more, I don't know, just lets you focus more on what's in the tank, not being able to see the sides and behind it. But we're going to test it out. You guys always know I like doing things that can save money, look nice, and relatively easy enough to do. So let's try this out. Hopefully it goes the way I want it to, because already looking at it, I mean, it's a little weird because it's almost like the pattern is almost like it's not, I don't know, it looks too see-through. You guys can see it's got like, I don't know what that is, like a glittery effect, a sparkly effect, but we're gonna try. Let's see, because right now in this tank they have a nice clean one on this side, which is almost, it is almost that effect right there. But looking at it from the inside, like, it looks pretty good. But on the back, it's like it's weird. It looks nice, but you can see it's already come in. I mean, the person who had it on before me, look, it's just taped there. They just put this on, and I thought it was fine at the time, but this roll cost me like $8-9. So while it's definitely a little bit more expensive than my cheap vinyl, we are gonna give it a go. So I know normally working with this kind of stuff, I don't think it's specifically adhesive. It's like a window cling. So you're gonna put it on the glass. I'm sorry, I was just checking out my fish. You're gonna put it on the glass with water, just so you can move it around, and you're gonna squeegee out the water, which is gonna create a nice stick to it. So you're gonna need a spray bottle with some water and a squeegee. So I like to just use any plastic card I have. This one is a room key from a hotel, so I'm just gonna use this, and then some clean razor blades. Razor blades, what they're gonna do is they're gonna just allow me to skim along the edges to create that perfect even cut, and also to clean the glass of any, I know there's some tape residue here, so I can just give it a little scrape. But let's just whip one out, because there's some tape here that I'm gonna have to remove. So I probably should have had these ready, but I didn't, so I'm sorry. When you're dealing with razor blades, especially brand new ones, please be careful. All right, so let's just cut this guy off. All right, so we're gonna remove the old one, which I probably should have done anyway. Oh, okay, so this is weird. So what this is that I didn't realize is this is just a window cover. So this is pretty much exactly the same thing I'm using right now. I don't know why this window tint was on here, but I thought it was one piece and the back was just black, but it's just a window tint. My guess is too much light was going through because they did have this in front of a window. And so they put this on. I'm in a dungeon, so I don't have to worry about, natural sunlight. So we're gonna remove that. And I didn't think I was gonna redo this. I mean, it almost looks like I don't have to, but I bought it and this video is kind of a tutorial while I learn. So we're just gonna remove it and do it anyway. So we're gonna clear the glass from all this tape residue. And then we're gonna remove the film that's already on here. And depending on how long this takes, I might just cut this part and you guys will see it looking clean. But so far so good. All the tape is off. This side. All right, so it just came off smoothly. One side is very smooth, the other side is textured. So we are gonna use the smooth side. Yeah, I mean, hopefully it's as good as this one. Although mine looks a little bit more textured. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so removing this guy should be just as easy. And there we go. All right. I'm just hoping that was a good move on my part. So I'm just going over the glass, making sure all the imperfections are not there before I go ahead and proceed. Essentially, I just thought I was going to make it one piece going all the way around. And I still might do that because I thought that I'll just do 3 pieces for the sides and the back. If you're doing this on a framed tank, I guess it doesn't matter. Just always touch your sides. Make sure they're pretty flush. This is pretty flush. You don't want some of my tanks, you can see the edge of the glass go out a little bit. So that would probably work not as well. So we're just going to scrape off. Oh, just kidding. So this is all inside. So I don't have to worry about that. Let's just make sure all these dirty marks are all in the inside. All right, that's what it looks like. All right, so I'm going to put this razor down for now. And you guys remember my old bottle of glass cleaner? Still have it, so let's just use it here. Just going to give it a nice wipe down, making sure I get off any possible debris. Not going too heavy on it. Don't need to worry about it being completely dry just because I'm going to spray it again with some water. Just give this guy a shot. All right, really awkward. All right, that is good enough. Okay, let's work from this side and let's wrap it around. Fingers crossed this goes well. Let's get our roll ready. So it's got a little peel point, a little red arrow. That's it's not working too well. Okay, got it. All right. It's got little grid lines, which I appreciate. And the instructions on the inside. Gonna give it a quick little skim. But just as I expected, it's telling me to do exactly what I was gonna do. So let's spray it down. So you want it to be wet enough where you are able to adjust it. I think we should just go all the way around, but not too wet where it's, you know, just completely dripping. For the sake of you not making a mess. So you can use this little tab to hopefully peel off something. Nope, just kidding. You don't have to use that tab. I think you're just gonna have to peel this off the old-fashioned way. I think this should be a clear film in here. Okay, let's skip to the part where I figure it out. All right, guys, that literally took me so long that half of the water has dried on the tank. So I literally have to use my razor blade. It's like taking a razor blade to the edge of a piece of paper and slicing it in half. If that makes sense. Slicing it in half to make 2 full sheets of paper. So that was tough, but it is off finally. And it's really sticky because this film is so thin. I'm sorry, it's like totally on the mic. All right, so we're gonna start on one end, trying to make it as flush as possible because this is gonna go completely around. I just don't know how well it's gonna stick to the edges, and it's already moving. So start it there. We got it attached. We'll get our squeegee, and it's already moving so much. Maybe I should measure it somehow so I'm not dragging the whole roll. All right, so let's just give it a rough estimate for now. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter what it looks like because we are just going to cut it to size anyway. So maybe this should be a what not to do video. I feel like I should start on this side. All right, so learn from my mistakes and don't do it this way. Okay. So, I'm gonna wrap enough. I'm sorry if that sounds so loud. Go. That should be enough. All right, so let's start with the back. Just go to the side. Looks good enough there. All right, so this is more than enough. I'm just gonna cut all this excess off so we do not have to worry about it. Okay, that is done. So now we can focus on all right. So I feel like I'm gonna have to add more water. So while water is making it more slippery to move around a lot, it is also getting rid of all the bubbles and whatnot inside. So I feel like I'm gonna have to add water on the back too. All right. Work my way around over here. Let's get this back straight. All right, so that looks pretty good. That's really loud. Okay, it's showing. I don't know if you guys can see, but the water is coming out. The top is getting really heavy, so I feel like now that it's somewhat stuck on there, we can go ahead and trim. Get rid of all the bubbles. All right. So the edges, just as I thought, it is. You guys even make that out? Yeah, kind of. You can see, like right there, there's a space. That's an air pocket. So I think it's because of the edge. It's not completely flush and it's just trying to hug the corner. I don't know if I can get that out. But you guys can see right here, you see this is kind of where I flattened it. And then here's kind of still, you guys can see it there, it's kind of going out. But let me continue working on that. We might just cut it right now. And I might need to cut along the corners. So easy enough. I mean, this side's doing fine. Okay, so easy enough. We're just gonna slice through and then just drag it straight down the edge of the glass. Yeah, all right. And same thing at the top. That. And I've already lined up the bottom to be as flush as possible, I hope. All right, well, kind of. All right. Bottom's gonna, we're gonna have to just deal with that later. Okay. All right, cut that guy off. That's good. Let's do it with the rest. Now when I'm cutting through, I'm just stretching it to give it a little bit of tension. And then kind of just going in. Once you hit the glass, pull it up. And then just drag the razor along. And then you continue right where you left off. Gonna have to give it a little sawing motion. Don't pull too hard because you're gonna start pulling the film. Just have to go in there from the other side. Okay. Let's turn. All right, the hard part is done. So now comes, maybe this is the hard part. Just got to get it flattened and even all the way around, because now I've got these stretch pockets. There's water dripping. But I feel like running your hand over it is a lot easier and smoother than the card right now. If you guys have like a little actual rubber squeegee, I have one upstairs, but it's too far. But this seems to be doing the job. But I can already see that you can still see the visible bubbles. I don't know how it's going to dry. I think it's going to dry better. But all the bubbles are kind of pockets with water that's filled in them. So we're just trying to squeeze it all out. I think worst case scenario, we might have to use some kind of tape. Not bad so far. So that's everything. You can see there's just a dry spot there. It's a little bit lighter, so everything else is looking wet. But yeah, I mean, actually, that's not bad. I almost wish it wasn't so textured, but I think I'm going to be okay with it. And so if you can make it out from this angle, you can see there's the dry spot up there, some dry spots down there. I mean, I might be able to push him out a little bit, but essentially I think we want everything to be dried out. This little bubble there. So we will wait. We'll wait. We'll let it dry and we'll wait. Patience, right? That's a bubble. Oh, yep, it is. It moved. All right. Okay, we'll do that. So I'm almost wondering. So this one, yeah, so this one was definitely a lot less textured. And it probably gave more of a smoother white finished, as this one is definitely gives it a frosted look. Which, you know, I mean, I guess in all honesty, I wish it was more smooth, more solid white instead of that. But we will see. We will see what this looks like when the tank is actually lit and not lit from the back. But let's check it out. I think I'm just going to go in here and trim these edges up a little bit more, just because I kind of stretched it a little bit. So it came around. But let's fast forward to it being dry. All right, so it's been about 2 days. And here is what it looks like. It is not perfect. Right here, you can tell that the top area is a little bit darker than the bottom. I think it's just because it's, as you can see right here, it's coming, it isn't as tight on the top. I'm not sure how to fix that. But all around, I think that's just a shadow, yeah. All around, it's not bad. I am eager to see what it looks like when the inside of the tank is lit up and all around will be dark. I think that's going to make it more solid white, but it's not bad. I was going to put it up there, but I think I'm going to clear this off and put it there instead. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that stuff, but we're moving things around. So that's how it looks. Again, it's not perfect. I'm probably not going to put the item in the description below because I think there are better ones out there. Next time I do it around, might have to just get that solid white window tint film, or I might just try to find one and look at the Amazon review pictures and see if one is a little less grainy, to make a more solid look. It may turn out that once this is up and the light is on there, it might look fabulous, and then I might put it in the description. But if that happens, I'll make another video doing a follow-up review. But yeah, that's kind of how we do things here. Of course, I wanted the video to be perfect and me to 100% recommend this product, but I cannot as it stands right now. And that is what it's all about. I'm learning along the way, and hopefully my experiences save you guys some time and money to show you guys how to do things or how not to do it. All right, we're going to end that here. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one.